Is this title even accurate anymore? We know Eggman's current fate, and he doesn't show up in this issue, though it will be part of the trade along with issues 5 through 7. There is another name I could use, but I found it on a wiki, which could be edited by anyone. And what the heck, I'll use it and let you guys judge it for yourselves. Welcome everyone to another IDW Sonic comic review. Before we get to today's issue, I have to say, what could follow that doozy of the previous issue? Spoilers from here on out, of course. We finally learned the identity of the mysterious mastermind introduced in issue 1, and it's Metal Sonic, back in its Neo Metal form, and once again in charge of the Eggman Empire. Unlike the events of Sonic Heroes, Eggman made sure it remained loyal to him. Until Eggman is recovered, Neo Metal will follow its current plan, involving an invasion of Angel Island. Our heroes are unaware of this, so their best option at the moment is to raid old Eggman bases and use past plans as clues. Good luck. Sonic speeds along the interior of Eggman's Arsenal Pyramid base. He boosts past the Spinabadniks, but it seems his boost needs a tune-up as he's not fast enough to reach this closing door in time. Luckily, a pink spike ball appears and jams the door long enough for Sonic to slide through. Sonic comes face to face with a large spinner, only for it to freeze and break apart thanks to it being surrounded by a familiar aura. Yep, our favorite psychic Hedgehog from the future makes his IDW debut. Sonic thanks Silver for holding the door open, only for Silver to reveal he entered from the other side. They witness a second large spinner that was sneaking up on them getting blasted apart. This leads to Silver, wow, that face. Anyway, this leads to him believing the Guardian Angel is here. Sonic has no idea who he's talking about on account of him being in prison for 6 months. Silver explains to him, and to us, about the Guardian Angel. Resistance units have reported a mysterious person who turned the tides of battle, but never joined the army. Silver admits the Guardian Angel has bailed him out a few times as well. Sonic asking Silver about getting the Guardian's autograph leads to this next revelation. After the war, Silver traveled back to the future, only to find instead of a bad future controlled by the Eggman Empire, it's a bad future with no life period. Jeez, can this guy ever get a good future? But then again, if he does, he may never show up again, which may please some people. Anyway, he's back in the past to find out what happened this time. They hear a noise and soon find the Guardian Angel trying to break down the door with a special wisp pin, one that utilizes multiple powers. Silver gleefully heads over to the Guardian Angel, only for her to float away, confusing Silver. Sonic explains since she never joined the Resistance, she prefers to work solo. That's a pretty smart observation there. Then again, who better than Sonic to understand her behavior? With that said, Sonic in his typical fashion introduces himself and Silver to the Guardian Angel, and offers to help her. Hearing Sonic's name causes the wisp accompanying her to pop out and happily greet him. As Sonic puts it, saving their home planet from Eggman leaves quite an impression, and unlike the rough and tumble incident, he didn't plan this. But this action does allow the Guardian Angel to greet them with her name, Whisper, said in a whisper of course. Silver forces the door open and we see the secret prize inside, an E-series robot surrounded by multiple Spinabadniks. According to the roll call at the beginning of this issue, this is E-107 Theta, which looks like a beefed up E-105 Zeta. Naturally, a fight breaks out. Sonic and Silver do their thing while Whisper finds a vantage point to use her Wispin. Sonic points out they need to deal with the Spinas before taking on Theta. Silver then grabs Sonic with his powers and uses him as a projectile against the Badniks. Well, at least it's better than this.
It's no use! Take that!
Whisper shoots Theta, only for Theta to fire back, leaving her in a difficult position, though it is sweet for the Wisp to pop out in her defense. Silver comes to her rescue and Sonic finishes Theta off. Afterwards, Silver reassures Whisper it's okay to work alone, but points out she kinda has a team and asks if he can be part of it. Whisper considers this, and cue the shippers. Anywho, for defeating Theta, they find a computer. A big deal to Sonic and Silver as they needed to discover Neo Metal's plan. Whoa, a little harsh on the language there, Silver. I know what you found justifies it, but I don't see Sonic or the others use harsh words.
Damn, they got away!
Damn,
We've been detected. You're going straight to hell.
Point taken. Over at Resistance HQ, Knuckles senses a great disturbance, as if the Master Emerald was crying out in terror before suddenly captured. They get a call from Sonic and Silver, telling them they found out Neo Metal's plan and to gather everyone immediately. Cut to Neo Metal Sonic making itself at home, placing a throne right on top of the Master Emerald. The issue ends with the sight of the conquered Angel Island, complete with Eggman's statue. Again, to emphasize Neo Metal's loyalty to the Doctor. I see some familiar sights. I see Mushroom Hill, Sandopolis. I wonder what other familiar landmarks I can see here. There are some similarities between this issue and issue 4. Sonic reunites with a powerful game character from another world, they meet a new character for the first time, the three team up to take care of a large group of badniks, and the powerful character and the new character consider teaming up. I don't believe I need to go too much into the differences, at least with regards to the game characters. I will say, Silver's an absolute dork. In a good way. The way he talks about Whisper, it's clear he's a fan, and the way he acts when finally meeting her, it's the way a lot of people react when meeting their heroes. Keep in mind, this is a guy from the future with superpowers, though his admiration was justified. Now for Whisper herself. The character was revealed at the recent San Diego Comic-Con and designed by this issue's artist, Evan Stanley, and I love it. She's a wolf with a black cloak and a special mask scope allowing accurate targeting for her special Wispin. In fact, the mask, and possibly the cloak, were inspired by avatar costume options from Sonic Forces. Her special Wispin allows her to switch between wisp powers for various purposes. She keeps the unused wisps in containers in her cloak. In a nice touch, the light on her mask switches colors depending on what powers she has equipped. Like Tangle, I wouldn't mind using a character like her in a Sonic game, sneaking around and using the variable Wispin in creative ways. Before you say, what about the Avatar character? I said, sneaking around. The Avatar doesn't do much sneaking. A character like Whisper in a Sonic game might not work for everyone, but if utilized correctly, there could be some enjoyment with her playstyle. Whisper in some ways is a foil to a couple of characters. First, to the previously introduced original character Tangle. Both help out the two game heroes, but while Tangle is loud, outgoing, and using a body part as a weapon, Whisper is quiet, prefers to stick to the shadows, and uses her Wispin. She could also be a foil to Silver, both of them supposed loners. In Silver's case, he's been alone in the future, as far as we know, and no, that does not count, but enjoys working with people, especially when traveling to the past. Whisper prefers to work alone. Ironically, instead of being a lone wolf, she's actually the leader of a pack. I'm curious to find out a little more about Whisper. Her behavior and the way she talks indicates to me she has a story to tell, and the way she reacts to finding the computer, wanting to smash it on sight, leads to even Sonic believing Eggman did something to her. It's also the only time her eyes completely open. Structurally, this issue feels more like a game level in comic form. You could argue issues 1, 2, 4, or possibly 7 fit this criteria, but here's why I think it's more appropriate here. We have Sonic boosting through the level and some badniks. We then get a cutscene of Sonic meeting up with some characters, which then leads to a boss fight and the aftermath cutscene. And if I don't talk about this now, someone else will. E107 Theta. For those who read the Archie Sonic comics, especially the reboot era, Ian created new E-series robots for our heroes to fight, and it looks like the tradition continues in this comic series. Something to know about Theta is, based on speculation and from what I've read, it was not used in the Archie reboot due to legal mumbo jumbo. Theta was mentioned in a story of pre-reboot Archie. While Ian did write it, it was based on material from another writer, and thus off limits, which is why in the reboot it skipped from E106 Eta to E108 Iota. I'm guessing because it's a new comic under a new company, Ian can finally use E107 Theta, and I doubt he can recycle E-series units from the Archie series. He'll probably have have to create new ones if needed. To wrap things up, issue 8 carries on the tradition of debuting game characters to the book and expanding the world by introducing a fascinating new character, and it sets things up for the next direction. Evan's art does the job of showing action and character reactions, as well as some background details like hinting at familiar locations on Angel Island. Speaking of which, that's where our heroes are going in the next issue, kicking off the battle for Angel Island storyline. See ya then! I just thought of something. A character that's a wolf that can use her Wispin like a sniper. Is she an unintentional nod to Metal Gear Solid?